The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.
We are back. Welcome to the Boss and the Sauce Show. None other than the Boss. And right next to me, the Sauce. How you feeling, Big Ragu?
I'm feeling saucy today, my guy. After a couple little licks I took with my Florida teams last week, 3-unit plays that went down like a pack of hemorrhoids. I'm ready to fire back a little bit. Crawl back. Nothing crazy, but I got a couple good looks today, I think. And I'm sure our guy to my left is going to be firing because he's been on fire. Wine Time. What's happening, Wine Time?
What up, fellas? Good to be here with you guys, man. Week 2, we're back at it again, man. Ready to cap this card with you guys, ready to make some cash. So let's go.
Man, we got the chat showing up early today. Big, super shout out from my heart all the way to his heart in North Carolina. Happy birthday to our guy in AT33 NC,
sir.
Man. Happy birthday, man. We appreciate you. He's probably one of our longest show supporters in the chat because he's been with us for the whole route, not just a little bit, but the whole route. So shout out to that guy. He said give him some winners today. So we got to give winners, guys. We ain't no shuck and jive, We're going to get to the goods. Let's jump right into it. First game up, Texas, Michigan. You've heard it all week. Biggest game on the card. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their look. Everybody knows something that knows something. But it's going down live and direct in a little while. So here we go. First game early in the morning. Texas -7.5. When I put this up, the over-under is sitting at 42.5. I know everybody got bets on these. I was going to pass the game. But I'm going to just tell y'all, I jumped into the fire with my guys because I already know they're lit up on this one too. First half under for me, under 20.5 is what I got it at. Now, this is my ideology under this one right here. We've watched these primetime games 3 times in a row. We've seen the Notre Dame game, we've seen the SC game, and now we see Texas, Michigan. These primetime games are slowed down for some reason. Either the coaches take their time to get into them, or it's just a part of the whole planning. So first half, under 20.5 for me. What you got on this, Big Ragu?
You know what? This is going to be a pass for me. This is my crack open the beer and shot of whiskey type of game. I'm going to lay low, but a lot of people are not hating on Michigan, but there's question marks. What's going on with their slow start week 1. I said they're not going to show all their stuff. They kind of reserve. That's the thing with these week 1 games, week 0 games. They're getting geared up for the big games, the tune-up games. So I think this will bring some fireworks for sure. And Texas legit. Going in to the season, they're a contender for sure. And Michigan, the reigning champs, guys. So this is like the big matchup so far of the year in my book. Is to see how things are going to play out for the college football playoffs longer term. But that's a pass for me.
Wine Time, I know you got something on this one, man. What you got on this game?
Yeah, man, this is a game I was looking at all week. I ended up getting in on Tuesday at a good number. I still like it at the number right now. We're going to talk about both these teams, man. Michigan, probably the best red zone defense in the nation, if you ask me. They really showed up to play last week against Fresno State. I had Fresno State on the cover, just barely covered. But a Mikey Keene 100-yard pick 6, some missed field goals, and just getting stopped in the red zone, man. That's what Michigan does, man. They let you go down there, but they don't let you score. If you score, it's most likely going to be a field goal. You look at Texas, on the other hand, very explosive offense. They're very much big type plays. Quentin Ewers likes to get his playmakers involved, likes to throw them deep passes. Very talented over there, man. This Texas team they're legit, man. They've got a really big defensive line, really big offensive line to protect Quentin Ewers as well. I just think it's going to be tough to move the ball against Michigan, especially in Michigan, man. You never see Michigan as a home dog ever, man. When do we ever see this? And last time we did, they ended up winning when it was a +7 as well. I think it was against Ohio State, if I'm not mistaken. But, they're playing in Michigan, man. I was leaning towards Texas originally in this at 7 because I just think like they're a big favorite, but I see it's down to went up to a 7.5, went down to a 6.5 now. Everyone's betting Texas now. The public is coming in on Texas. Maybe Michigan is the spot here, honestly. Maybe they're going to get them even outright. I got nothing on that, though, but I like the under. I see there is some 43s out there at about minus 117. I'm going to give that out. I got it 44, but I'm going to get out the 43 here on camera, under 43 in the Michigan-Texas game.
I
Under
think it leans back
43.
towards your way. If you like Michigan, I think you got to like the under. If you like Texas, you got to like the over.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. But this Michigan team, they have a long winning streak at home. All they can play is defense. They lost 6 of their best guys on offense from last year, so that's gonna struggle along. But the defense is gonna be the key to their game. Let's keep it going to the next one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, news break. I am live from Michigan, Indiana, Blue Chip Casino. I don't know if anybody out there watching is in the area, but I'll be here. Come hang out with me. It's no big deal. But I'm also going to the Notre Dame game. Now, this is the official hotel. Inside information, guys. This is the official hotel of the visiting team, NIU. They are all up in this piece. And I think they left a little too late for the game. They just barely was loading up when I was coming upstairs to do the show. So they're probably barely getting on the road now. It's 10:30 here, 11:30 in South Bend. The game's at 3:30. I'm looking at they got about 3 hours if they do it good to prep for this game against these hungry defense of Notre Dame. And I think Notre Dame, it's time for them to show Leonard's arm a little bit, right? He needs to get that ball up there and show you his arm. He did have an arm. That's why he did so well in spring ball, because of his accuracy downfield. So expect to see a little accuracy downfield today. I'm all over this one. I got Notre Dame minus 6.5 first half. I got team total over 37.5 for Notre Dame. I also got halftime bets on Notre Dame on this one. I'm just all over it. If it goes my way, and I'm gonna be in the house, so I might have to get down there, put the headset on, and let this dude know Who-Bangin is in the house. You know what I'm saying? So,
I
hopefully
hope so.
we get over it and we see a touchdown Jesus all day. Big Ragu, you've been on the Irish for a couple years now. I think you
Man,
know him
they're one of my
from me.
favorite teams. They're one of my most profitable teams, and I think we get another opportunity here. Northern Illinois is going to get that program for the Czech program. For the locker room. I get that portion of it. And I really like what Al Golden's done with the defense up there. He's got it rolling, and Freeman, he always fires up the troops. And Denbrock coming back from LSU, like we talked about last week, it's going to not a work in progress. He's got a winner in Leonard Riley. I like this kid a lot, and I think he kind of keeps that offense moving. Catches that light end of the ball, and this is a good opponent to kind of keep that stuff going on. It's a big number, get 28, but it's telling. The total is 44.5, so that tells you. I say it's going to be a lopsided game, but a touchdown a quarter for Notre Dame, I think, is very doable here in this spot. And this is a game that can get away from him. And Freeman's a guy that coaches for 60 minutes and demands it out of his players. So I see a big effort here today from Notre Dame. There were some 27.5. You can buy him like minus 120. That's not a bad look for me. I tweeted out minus 28 because I think Notre Dame has this game handily. So I'm all over Notre Dame today again.
Let's go. Wine time. Somebody in the chat says, when you hear wine time talk, you listen. But big shout out to Smart Buddy Bets becoming a member of the Who-Bangin family over here. We appreciate you. We welcome you and everything. But when Smart Money tells you where to go, you better get there too. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, and also become a member of the Who-Bangin family. Wine time, are you jumping in on the Notre Dame game with us today?
I actually had a lean to this under at 45. I see it's at a 44.5. I think this game's going to be right around that number. I think it's going to be around the 28. I think Notre Dame's going to get off. I think it's going to be like a 35-7 type of game. It's going to land right out the 28. Bigger group mentioned Al Golden coming in defensively. Notre Dame, man, they look good on Saturday against a smash mouth type of football. I know Texas A&M brought a new coach, but they're playing in a hostile environment, man, and they really showed up under the bright lights. Everyone was on A&M in that game too. Except my guy Boss over there. I'm happy got to watch his team cash, but I'm going to stay off this game in this one, guys. So this is a pass for me.
Oh, stayed away from it, but it's all good. You're going to come get some of this Notre Dame money sooner or later. But let's keep it rolling into this next one, man. This one right here, Iowa State at Iowa. Now, I basically capped this game right here during the preseason, strictly off of what was breaking down. So everybody knows that Iowa is returning a lot of people for the first time in a while with a coach that's been around forever. And they also got a little different style quarterback than they normally have with McNamara over there. And they scored 40 points last week, which is impressive for Iowa. But they're going up against a longtime rival Iowa State, who also brought a few back this year, and they kind of prepared for the season. But this is like Big Brother right here to me, with Iowa. So I like Iowa. I took a money line on the parlay. Big Ragu. I know this is a smart money play right here, so I know you know which side to go on this one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Iowa State, Matt Campbell, he had many opportunity. He was like the guy that they were trying to pluck when Rule was around. Rule went to the NFL and Campbell stayed, and this is 8th year with Iowa State. They do lose their second best tackler on the team last week. Injury, linebacker Caleb Braun, I guess it is his name. But anyways, yeah, he's out. And then Ferenz, he's in his 28th year. But what I like what Iowa's done is they finally changed up their offense look a little bit. We'll see how it comes to fruition for them. They bring in a new OC, and like you said, he did put up 40. They put up 40 last week. Tim Lester is running the offense. He's a 4-year Western Michigan starter quarterback, and then he also went to coach his alma mater for like 6 years or 5 years. He got 35 wins over there. So, I mean, are we going to buy all in on Iowa on the offense? I'd probably say not, but against a team that's dinged up a little bit in Iowa State, they lose their running back, their star running back, and their best tackler, I think. That presents some opportunities for Iowa to kind of play more of their control style football and score some points here. It's a short number, guys. We're seeing some 2.5s and 3s. Now 3.5s, but I bet it early on at -2.5. 3s are solid everywhere, and I like the team total for Iowa to get 18.5. You don't hear that usually coming out, but I think against some opportunities that the defense is going to present for the offense, I think there's going to be some scoring opportunities for Iowa here. So I'm going to lay the 2.5, which I already did, and I like the team total over 18.5.
Nice. Now, Wayne, are you touching this one?
Yeah, I am touching this one. Yeah, guys, just a couple quick things before I say anything too. Boss mentioned, Iowa very much is the big brother in this matchup. Iowa's won the last 7 of 8 matchups. Iowa State won a couple years ago. They won in the rain when they had 3 big turnovers. This is the game Iowa should have won that I was on Iowa 2 years ago. But Iowa State got that one. You look at Matt Campbell, man. This guy's an up-and-coming coach, man. He's doing a really good job over at Iowa State. I love the culture he's building, man. This is very much the Super Bowl for the state of Iowa. Everyone's going to be out for this game. If you live in Iowa, you're an Iowa State or an Iowa fan. Good rivalry over there. It's going to be a fun one, man. Smash mouth type of football, what we all like. We know what both teams are going to do, play to their strengths, and that's run the football and play good conservative defensive football and clamp down when they get down to the red zone. It's going to be a tough matchup. I hate to be on the other side of this one of you guys, but I'm on Iowa State +3 in here. I think Campbell really wants this game, really wants it for the state of Iowa. He wants to win it for his program here. All of his guys, this is a big game for them. And Bigger Goo mentioned they're down a couple guys. Their D coordinator over there, he's been there for 9 years, and I was watching a couple of his interviews, and he was saying that a couple of guys are going to be out, but they've got so much depth over there. He's built a good defense over there. Those guys don't enter the portal. A lot of those kids are from Iowa, and this is their dream school to go to, and they'll sit there for 3 or 4 years before they get many snaps. But a lot of these kids have played a lot of football. I'm going to go out there and trust that they're going to load the box on these guys. They're going to make Cade throw the ball. He looked good last week in the second half. We already mentioned they bring in the offensive analyst from Green Bay Packers, who's now their coordinator, Lester, I think his name is.
Tim Lester.
Yeah, they looked like they really turned around on offense that second half, but that first half really worried me. And I know Iowa State kind of struggled against the run last week, and they had some long drives against a team that they really should have controlled the whole game, and it was a lot closer than it should have been. But I think Iowa State wants this game more. I'm on the +3, but I think they can get them out right here in this one.
I like it, man. Shout out, our guy Raver in the desert is in the chat,
Raven.
man. Raver's been around for years. He says he's still around in the background, so we appreciate you, Raven, for always. We've been tapped in probably six, 7 years or something like that now. But let's keep it going to the next one. Right here we have this is my game right here, basically. I'm pretty sure nobody's on this but me. But San Jose State and Air Force. This one right here is a quick cap for me. Basically, San Jose State, new coach. He comes from the military background. He's going up against a good Air Force team who's got they're not as good as they were a few years ago. They're trying to get the quarterback situation. It's kind of difficult with the armed forces, but they've been able to have the more heavier linemen for multiple years now, so that's not really a part of the cap anymore on this one right here. So I'm going straight to military 101 and jumping on the under right here in this situation. This is more of a system play, under 45 and a half. They're going to be running option. They're going to know how to shut down the option. It's going to be a lot of just running up and down the field, and let's hope they just keep them off the scoreboards. 45 and a half. I'm going under. Anybody want to go with me?
I'm passing, brother. I'll be cheering you on the sidelines. But yeah, I mean, it makes total sense. Like you said, a system play. Air Force notoriously for running those tough defenses. Those schemes that usually one of the top teams in the nation on the defensive side for stopping the run. So yeah, Air Force, San Jose is going to have to put it up through the air. Might force a couple turnovers here or there, but I don't hate that look at all.
I'm going to join you, boss. Under 45 and a half, minus 115 here. I see it open up at a 46 and a half. Only 30% of bets are on the under. It's definitely leading your way right now, boss, with more of the higher percentage of money on that side. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you on this one. I don't know too much about it, but I like what you said. So we're going to go under 45 minus 115.
Yeah, it's just a smart money play. Don't go crazy. A unit to do. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it rolling. Georgia Southern at Nevada. Now this is a wow right here. Nevada with the new coach, and I still it's been 3 weeks now, and I can't pronounce the dude's name, so I'm just calling him Jeff. So Jeff over there at Nevada, man. These FCS coaches coming up, man, some of them are something else. We seen this with like Coastal Carolina when they first came in a few years. They was able to jump on a couple teams and have some good waves because teams don't kind of know their system. And I think it might come down to something of those coaches know how to deal with guys like that's coming from somewhere else, because when you're in the FCS, guy might have played at a couple other schools before you get to them. So they're more of I would say, a players coach, and they get to those guys over there. So he got these guys hopped up, man. They defense looks really good, from a wide lens. I guess if you tune it down some, you can find some flaws. But from a wide lens, the defense looks good. The offense is doing what it needs to do. So it looks great for Nevada right here. They're at home after getting some wins after a long time, and they're playing this Georgia Southern team that's not ticking exactly how Georgia Southern ticks. I think this Georgia Southern team might take, get the whole train going a little further on in the season because they're usually a run-based team right here. So I don't know what you got on this one, Big Ragu. I'm off.
Hey, I like this game. Me and Noli both were talking. Earlier in the week we jumped on it like 57 and a half. It's ticked up to 59, the over. So I already bet the over on this, guys. Would I hate it at 59? I'm not as happy about it, but I still support it. I mean, look at what they've done. It could be on the Nevada side. Projected early on the season. Now we have 134 teams in FBS versus 131, but their ranking came out about 129, 128. They've kind of crept up to 111 now on the projection index. So shout out to these guys. They took SMU all the way to the end of the game just to lose that game. In a late fourth quarter score by SMU, 29-24. And then they beat Troy last week, which is probably one of the top teams in Sun Belt, for defense, 28-26. Now, what does Georgia Southern bring to the table? They put up 45 against Boise last week at home, and Boise put up 56. So now they go out to the biggest little city in the world in Reno, Nevada. What do you think them boys are going to do out there? They're probably going to party just a little bit. If I made a little joke backstage. I says they ought to pull an LT trick. They send a whole bunny ranch up to the room for these backwoods Georgia Southern boys. But
Hey,
yeah, they're going to enjoy time out in Nevada, no doubt about it. But I think maybe Nevada is a better defense right here. Who the heck knows? But Georgia Southern's very capable of putting points on the board. And I think the surprise to me is Nevada's defense right now. But I think points to be had here. I still support it. And I made a late minute change on my play. I tweeted this out. I'm on Nevada -1 also.
nice. Wine time. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know the Mountain West. You know this kind of thing. What you doing right here?
Shout out to Nunn. You're laughing his ass off too, by the way.
I got nothing in this one, fellas. I like Ragu's breakdown on it, though. I wish I would have gone on the earlier number 57.5. I see 59.5 right now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Makes me want to stay away, but I like where Ragu's going on this spot for sure.
Yeah, I like it too, man. I just scared to pull the trigger. I'm supposed to be the Mountain West guy, but what do I know? But let's jump to the next one.
Hey, Georgia Southern, 2 Mountain West teams back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, yeah. So and somebody always in the Mountain West open with Georgia Southern anyhow. So they know the conference pretty well.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think they're on the down year though. I think you're onto something with Nevada right there. Nevada's more on the up year. They're on the down year. They're at home. Makes a lot of sense. This next one though, this is Colorado, Nebraska. Now everybody got all kinds of opinions and everything on this, which is I get it, but to me I'm going with the eye test on this one. Like I really didn't see much from Colorado. I already have I'm already think they're a little overhyped at every level. The only one I really respect 100% is Travis Hunter. Anytime you're doing well on both sides of the ball, that's like one of those horses that's gonna win the Kentucky Derby or something. But I respect that. But the rest of the team, to me, they kind of man. And but this Nebraska team is something amazing. It's a Matt Rule product, which Matt Rule, this is what he does. He builds teams, from one level to the next level. We've already seen last year that he took them because they were doing really bad in Nebraska. He took them up a notch. They didn't get too far, but he took them up a notch. The noise started rumbling, and now here he goes again on the second year. Now, money is coming in on Colorado. I think it's just because it's a whole media thing. And just like I talked about last week with Colorado and that cast, right? About all the people going to be there and all this other stuff. But this Nebraska team and Matt Rule right here, same thing right here. He's way better than these Colorado Buffaloes to me, by all means. So I'm on Nebraska. I got it at 7.5. It's went down as low as like 6.5 now, sometimes 7. I'm not sure exactly what it is right now, but I like Nebraska. It's a revenge factor in this game too, because Colorado beat up on Nebraska unexpectedly last year. So Matt Rule gets payback today, man. Something you might want to put in some exotics too. Nebraska money line.
Yeah,
Anybody
good
else?
parlay bet for I think Nebraska. Let Wine Time break it down. Go ahead, Wine. I'm gonna go last on this one.
Yeah, this is a tough game. This isn't a game I have a play on. I capped it for a long time. But, I see Nebraska playing a similar way of North Dakota State last week. They're going to play conservative. They're going to clamp it down. They're going to run the football. Colorado looks a little small on the defensive line and offensive line. They still weren't able to really protect Shedeur. He had some really big plays in that game to his playmakers. Those are the only reasons why they scored in that matchup. North Dakota State probably played the better football game. Matt Rule, they lost this game last year in Boulder. I believe they're playing at Nebraska now. He wants this game back. I think Nebraska money line and a parlay is definitely something that I recommend. Seeing it down to 6.5. I lean towards Nebraska. It's looking like about 50% of the tickets are on both sides. Money line, though, 90% of the money's on Colorado. So the public really is probably coming in on the Colorado money line. I think Nebraska wins this game. Nothing official on this, though.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it's a sneaky good underplay in my book. What does Matt Rule do? Like to DJ's point, he builds programs back up. He did it at Temple. He did it at Baylor. He went to the NFL for a while. Now he's back in the college ranks. So I like what he does. And they go out and they nab a 5-star freshman quarterback, Dylan Raiola from Georgia, and he committed to late commit to Georgia. Then he changed his mind. He was committed to Ohio State. So, it's going to be a slower burn here. And they've lost, they took a 4-game L down the stretch. They started out like 6-3. They go 3-7 in conference, losing the last 4 games. And 3 of those games they lost by 3 points in conference, and all scored 13-10, and all late drive picks too. So it could be a sneaky good under here. I know they're going to come with the defensive things. I think he's going to scheme against Shador and Travis here. So I look for a lower score. I don't think this game's going to have the big. It's got all the hype, but I think the defense is going to, no pun intended, rule in this one. Give me the under 58.5. I'm in at 59, but 58.5, whatever it is, I like it. I know there's money coming in on the over end, like you said, Colorado, but I think the sharps are on the Nebraska side here, and I think the under is sharp money too.
That's what's up. Wine time, you jumping in on this?
No, I'm just going to stay away from this one, honestly. I don't know what to expect from Colorado, honestly. See all the stuff they post on social media, how they want to be this, nationally well-known program. I know, like, Coach Prime, what he's doing over there is everything. It's great, but I mean, this isn't a team that's going to win more than 6 games this season. They've got some big-time playmakers, but they've got a lot of holes in that defense, and they've got holes everywhere, if you ask me.
This is the game that got them all the national attention when they went out and beat them in Boulder pretty bad last season. That's what kind of put Colorado on the map, was this game here last year early on. So look for a little revenge here from Nebraska.
Yeah, KFC and all them, they got their money last week. So this week is back down to earth. Next up, Texas Tech, Washington State. Texas Tech, man, they could put up some points like crazy, but their defense is loose like gravy. They see this Pac-2 team, Washington State, right here. I have nothing to do with this game. Who's on this game right here?
I'm totally off of this game.
I'm on it. I love this game, guys. I capped this game for a good amount of time. Watched a lot of tape from both these teams in week 1, man. What did we see? We saw offense. We saw both these quarterbacks coming over, Jake Dicker bringing over John Mateer. He's been the backup for Cam Ward the last couple of years. He made some big-time throws the first couple weeks. I'm not saying he's Cam Ward by any means, but he's run the same plays that Cam Ward was doing. He was making those big-time throws. Big step up in competition. I don't think Texas Tech is as bad defensively as they were last week. Kind of crazy. That game was insane. Texas Tech was a huge favorite, ends up going into overtime. Abilene Christian goes for the win for 2, doesn't get it in Lubbock. I definitely think that points are going to be scored at a very high rate early and often throughout the whole game. We saw big-time throws from both of these quarterbacks. We saw not a lot of stopping on either side of the ball, or on the defensive side of the ball for either team. I think this goes way over the total. I see right on the screen. If it's at 65.5, that's the number I got it at. I believe it's at a 66 right now. I'll take the over 66. No problem. This game goes way over 70 points.
Nice. Well, they're getting ready to begin those kickoffs at these early games, and we got one game left. So just hold us for this one game. This is the degenerate late night especial. Okay, that's Utah State and USC. I could be totally wrong. I'm really not a USC fan at all, but I've watched them closely because they're one of our rivals all the time. And this screams, like living in LA, living down the street from the Coliseum, screams. They're so excited about their win last week in LSU. Oh, they want to run it up. That's what the USC fans expect. They expect you to run it up. 50-0 every time. They'll take that. They have no respect, no regard, no nothing. They want to go back to the Pete Carroll days every time. And here we go. This is where they're supposed to do it right here. This Utah State team definitely on the down right here. They are bottom tier of the Mountain West and probably gonna stay there for the season. US team, I expect them to get out early. I got them first half minus 17.5. And then I also got them full game minus the 28.5. It's one I'm taking a look, and I've been burnt one time. This is probably my last time if I get burnt this time. When you put a number like 28 up there, a solid 4 touchdowns, and you throw a hook on top of that, you're just trying to get the last bit of people to buy in on those 4 touchdowns, because you know good and well they probably gonna beat them by 8 touchdowns. So give me USC. Anybody else getting some late night DJing in?
Nothing for me, my guys. Nothing on this one.
I'm going to be off of this. I put the plays. Thanks for putting those up, and I got the under, like I said, Colorado, Nebraska. So
Yep. So
I might get a little degen. Depends how it goes. If I got a few extra units to kind of mess around with, I might throw a half a unit on that spot with you.
Well, that one is that's one of those West Coast really late games for us. But surprisingly, we don't have to deal with those Pac-12 refs no more. So Pac-12 refs used to ruin everything, but they're gone. So we just get USC tonight. But that's pretty much it right there, fellas. Y'all got any extra plays y'all wanted to put out there or something you might be thinking about that people should know or anything?
No, I got them all in the chat already. I threw them in there. All my plays are in the chat, so I'm solid.
Yeah, how about you, Wine Time?
Yeah, I believe me too. I think we talked about all my games. I mean, I don't know if we talked about Syracuse, Georgia Tech guys, but I'm on Syracuse +3, -110 in that one.
Ooh, you think the Georgia Tech, the smoke cloud is now down and back to reality?
Yeah, I think it's a 3-point game. I think Syracuse is going to stack the box and force King to throw. I mean, King led the ACC in passing touchdowns last season, but I want to see him throw it against his teams.
Yeah. I could tell you a few that I got my eye on. I'm gonna just say I got my eye on. I ain't gonna tell you if I bet it yet or not. But I think we need to go back to the Alabama first halves. So I like Alabama first half. I think nobody wants to see this guy do better than Saban, and I think he has the talent definitely to do better than Saban overall right here. So I think he comes out. He likes to score too. He's a really offensive, fast-paced type guy. So I think they get out and get out early every time. They would have cleared it last week if I would have took it. So I'm gonna start looking at it this week. We talked about it earlier on the tailgate talks, that Memphis game. I didn't get on it. Minus 18.5. 18.5 is a weird number. So I think they should just blow them out. I'm probably going to be disgusted with myself. I didn't go with my guts with the Memphis thing, you know, the NIL, the FedEx sponsoring and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. This is a good spot for them to bring it home.
I think Memphis has got FSU next week. They'll probably beat them.
Yeah, they probably really beat them down so they can go over. But yeah, those are pretty much the only other ones I was kind of looking at. Took a peek at UNLV. I'll see how that works out for them. I don't know if Barry Odom is the truth or what, but he's doing change that program around. So that's about it for me. Make sure y'all tap in, subscribe, become a member. Check out Tailgate Talks every week. You know, give me all a little. Y'all seen what we talked about early this week, and y'all seen where we at now. You know what I'm saying? If you watch both of them, you know that sometimes we change. You know, everybody. You know, you change. You fall off of stuff, or you heavily on it. But that's what it is, man. So we're gonna get up out of here, man. Any last words for any of y'all?
Yeah. Best of luck, everybody. Cash some tickets. See you at the window.
Those tickets. See you at the window.
Good shit, fellas.
All right, good shit, fellas.